Right, so I'm here with Daniel Victor from Never Ending White Lights. How was the show tonight? How are you feeling right now? Tell me a little bit about what's going on in your mind right now.
Well, we traveled 4 hours to be here tonight in Toronto, which we love, and we just did a fantastic performance, all power songs, a couple of the singles that Toronto's been playing for us, and we had a good time, and I think the energy was there.
Now, you've done a lot of collaborations. I mean, you've worked with Dallas Green, you've worked with a lot of different artists. What so far has been your number one, I don't want to say the best collaboration, but something that really was fulfilling and you really felt, spoke volumes?
I think the most original experience that I've had was to work with Dallas Green, because initially we had worked on a song that did not get released. It was a song I had written for Dallas that I thought, this is the song for you. And I told him that, and he sang the song. He sang it in my basement. And then I said, you know what, let's scrap this. This isn't working. And I called him back, and he says, well, I'm busy, Dan. I can't do this. And I said, no. Meet me in Toronto. We're going to do one more song. I got this song called The Grace, which was really the kickstart to our career.
Yeah.
Much Music loved it, and The Edge loved it, and it was a big deal. In 2006, keep with me now. Stay with me. All right. So we released this song, and it goes really big. And then Dallas says, well, what about that other song we did? This song is sitting on my computer at home. It's all, there's Coke cans and dust on it.
Yeah.
And it has not come out. And that was the original song for Never Ending White Lights, which I still think is a great song. But something about The Grace just felt right. So that experience of working with Dallas at that point changed a lot of things, because I knew that just having him sing one song wasn't going to be enough. And not only that, but while we were doing it, he decided to record most of the songs for his first record, which was called Sometimes. And he did 4 songs at the same time we were recording the first song, which didn't get out, for my first record. So there was this connection going on musically, and it spawned his record doing really well and my record doing really well, and we're really good friends, and everything so far has been so positive that I can't ignore that experience at this point in my career. It's been really great.
Yeah. And I mean, you have a lot of members. I mean, it kind of stretches from Canadians to Americans all over the place. So how do you feel that kind of dynamic works for you, or does it work against you in terms of other bands who have like the same members each week?
Well, I always looked at it as sort of a soundtrack, whereas if you see a movie and you hear the soundtrack, you've got different guests singing different songs, and it makes the movie more interesting. You buy one album, it's like, okay, how long am I going to listen to Interpol? How long am I going to listen to Beck? How long am I going to listen to the Rolling Stones? By track 12, I'm like, I need a change. That's where NWL comes in. You listen to track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different singers, 5 different tastes in music. That's what I was going for. So given that was the concept, I think people use that as a way to escape the regular sort of alternative band, and I love Alexisonfire. They're good friends, but you listen to Alexisonfire, if you want to listen to that, that's all you're going to get off that record.
So basically, he's coined the term, and he's also coined the fact that
I started that,
yeah,
and now people are catching on. But
yeah,
the idea was to have different people to create a different environment, song per song.
And what would you say to the critics who say, a collaboration with so many different artists is not going to actually have a true sound because it's going to be so different, there's going to be so many different dialects and so many different types of symphonies put into that? What do you say to those critics?
Well, the thing was that it had to have been done smart, and the way to do that is to produce it. So by producing this record to be consistent, song to song, the vibe stays the same. So it doesn't matter if you have different singers. You're not doing rock, then electroclash, then rap. You're doing one genre of music, which is music that I write, but then you're bringing in different people to make it come to life.
Who are you listening to? Who are you looking to as motivation to, write and produce your music?
A lot of the artists that I've always looked up to, I ended up calling to be on my first 2 records, and these were bands, not only Our Lady Peace, 311, Finger 11, smaller known bands like the Ravenettes and the Velveteen and Shudder to Think and Hawksley Workman and the Watchmen and Age of Electric and the Black Maria, and all these bands that I've always listened to that I've liked, that I wanted to showcase them in a different light. Not only am I doing the 3rd Never Ending White Lights record, but I'm also doing something more mainstream pop, which I want to integrate hip-hop artists and R&B artists into the type of music that I'm writing, which I don't think has ever really been done. Because you take indie rock and you take sappy, melancholic Britain rock, and you don't really have rappers in that. So maybe I will go to a guy that raps, and I will go to a girl who sings R&B and bring them into that. That's what I'm working on right now. So
What about, do you think we'll ever see Drake on any of your collaborations? Do you know Drake from?
you know what? I don't know Drake, but I know a good friend of his. His name's Jay Diggs.
Yeah?
And Jay Diggs and I are like, we're best friends, and we've written 12 songs already together for an album that's coming out, even aside from what I mentioned. And he's always like, well, let me get Drake in here. And I'm like, you don't know Drake. But he says he does, so we'll see what happens. Don't
Alright.
show him that, because you'll be...
All right, so we can look for some new music, some new direction, new collaborations, and just a hegemony of different types of music, right?
And I'm glad that you used the word hegemony. That was great.
Yeah, you liked my vocabulary.
I'm into that.
Yeah. Good. Ode to smart
Oh,
people.
hegemony,
Ode
like-
to smart people.
I took that in university. That was
did
good.
you?
I did.
The corporate hegemony.
I did.
Yeah.
And
What did you take in high? What did you take in university?
Ideology too.
Ideological, philosophical.
But
Yeah.
it didn't get me anywhere because I'm playing in a rock band. You see.
I
So-
don't think that should justify though.
No, in my first video when it went to #1, I wasn't like the political hegemony.
I love how you plugged that. My first video when it went to #1.
I'm like, oh, y'all don't know. But when I did well with my music career, it had nothing to do with the big names. It was like,
yeah.
you know, why don't you just dress like a dude from the Victorian era and let's be on with it here. So I'm like, okay, suit it up. You know.
Pull a little Brandon Flowers from The Killers. Is that your style right now?
I rocked this before Brandon.
Oh.
So Brandon, if you're in on this, I had it first.
All right, thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us.
My pleasure. Don't
you.
get lost in the hegemony of life.
Awesome, thanks too. Awesome, that was wicked. Thank you.
See